What's up, everybody? I'm at Mitch on Risk here, going through the tiebreakers of the quarterfinals of the March Madness Invitational, seeing who made it to the semifinals. Starting here in the Arco region, we have the 8 seed Patrick continuing his Cinderella run, moves into the semifinals with his win, and Raging Dino failing to get the win. So Patrick moves on to the finals of the Arco region. And we've got Rugster and the Apes Flying Poo, both with losses. So we will see them in the tiebreaker here shortly. Next up, we've got the Lina region. Lina and the Black Rain both get wins, so they will be in a tiebreaker here coming up. Cecil Dogan gets the win. Adam Schmidt fails to get the win, so Cecil Dogan, the 3 seed in the Lina region, moves on to the regional final to take on either Lina or the Black Rain that we'll figure out here in just a few minutes. In the Mamba region, we've got Mamba and Open Tanyao. Both of them get the wins. Both of them have won in both rounds, so it's going to be heartbreaking for one of them to go out at this point after such a great tournament. Driz gets the win, his second straight win. Lil Banana Juice does not get the win, so Driz, the 7 seed, awaits the regional final, either Mamba or Open Tanyao. In the Pete region, we have the Pete and Nathaniel both failing to get a win, so we'll do a tiebreaker with them. Truth Powers moves on with the win in Group 4 just a few minutes ago, and Hudson Hornet failing to get the win. Truth moves on in the Pete region. In the Riedel region, we have Riedel and Horseboy both getting wins. They're in a tiebreaker. Look how good this region is. Noob gets a win. Dodestro gets a win. All 4 players get a win. They're both going to be in tiebreakers. And in the Trunk region, Trunk and Grim both fail to get a win. Leona and Harlow fail to get a win. So we've got to get some winners into the regional final there in the Trunk region. So just going through here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ties to break. You might be thinking that's crazy because there were only 12 matches. But that's where we ended up. So let's go through. Let's start breaking ties. Let's see where we're going to start. Got too many things to look at here. Minimize that. Open this. That's not what you want to see. Okay. All right, we're going to start in the Arco region. This is the 6v7 tiebreaker. Neither one of them got the win in this round. Let me make sure I'm on here. Hold on. Really probably annoying you guys with the waiting here, sorry. But I can't see Twitch at all, so I need to see it. Gotta see if you guys are telling me stuff. Game Solo T just automatically advances. I think that'd be fair. Seems fair to me. Okay. So we've got Arca or Apes and Rugster, and I'll take you through their tiebreaker now that I can fully see everybody. That's what the key was there. Okay, so the earliest win, neither of them got a win in this round. Most wins in the event, they both have 1 win in the event. Most bounties in the highest finish, Rugster had 1 bounty and 0 for Apes in his highest finish, and the latest bounty in the highest finish also would go to Rugster for the same reason. Oh, you don't see what? Oh, why? We see nothing. Okay, hold on, guys. Oh, because I moved that window over. Sure. This is fun. Too many windows going here. Are you guys... Should I just give up? Okay, that's too wide. We're getting closer. Can you feel it? Okay. Back to the action. The year is actually the founding of PRT, which is not what people want me to be talking about right now, but that's the founding of PRT, so 2023. It'll always stay 2023. Okay, so that's the Rugster Apes, most wins and bounty. He gets latest bounty and highest finish. Rugster also gets. And then highest seeded lobby, Rugster with an average of 4 on the other 5 players. Apes with 4.4. Least times killed goes to Apes. So Apes gets 1 of the 4, so it's a 3v1. Tiebreaker, should we do the roll now or should we do all the rolls at the end? First spin now or should we spin later? Spin now. Everyone's on the spin now. Okay, do you think I should just make that window bigger so you can see the full thing? Let's do that. So we're all on the same page here. We're making progress, maybe. Wow, I'm struggling. Okay. There we go. So now you can see it all. And let's get the spin ready. Do we have Rugster Apes in the chat? Rugster Apes in the chat. I'll pull up our RNG. Again, if anyone wants to use this at any time, it's not proprietary or anything. Feel free to go to professionalrisktakers.com/RNG and you can use our cool RNG risk map setup. Okay, I'll pull that up, maybe. Get it lined here. Okay, so we've got a 75% chance. So if I'm doing the math, 75% is how many of 6? 1.5. Doesn't really work, huh? So we'll have to just leave 2 blank. I think that's right. Unless you guys are doing better math than I am somewhere. Okay, Apes. What do you want? What do you want for your continents? Apes gets 1. Apes gets 1 continent. Rugster's going to get 3. And then we're going to leave 2 blanks, so we might have to roll it a couple of times. Apes would like Europe. Okay, Apes is going to take Europe, and we don't have Rugster in the chat as far as I can tell. So we'll just randomly assign him the other ones. So Rugster's going to get 3. We'll put him here, here, and here. Okay. Everyone feel good about him? Am I doing it properly? Are we ready to spin? Too bad we didn't have Mamba. He could at least tell us what to pick. Not Asia. Okay, here we go. We're going to spin. If it's Europe, it's Apes. If it's NA, Africa, or Asia, it's Rugster. If it's one of the other two, we'll do another spin. So everyone's clear on the rules. Here we go. And we will stop. It's South America. We got to respin. Here we go. Ready to start again. Stop. It is Rugster. Rugster will move on. He gets the North America win on the 75% roll. Sorry to you there, Apes. NA, gotcha. So Rugster wins the first tiebreaker. Tough one for Apes. That's a tough one. Okay, let's move on to tiebreaker 2. Who do we got here for tiebreaker 2? Where is that window at? Got it. Okay, in the Riedel region, is that right in your guys' screen? Nope. In the Riedel region, we have Noob and Jax/Dodestro. Jax filled in for Dodestro this round. So Jax is actually going to advance. You can see the earliest win, they both had game 2 wins. They both had 2 wins in the event, but Jax was able to get a couple of bounties and had the higher seeded lobby. So Jax will advance on the win here and fill in for Dodestro moving forward in the bracket, which is kind of a wild situation, but that's all part of March Madness, I guess, when we're in Risk World. So Noob will be on the waiting list for next round because he's going out on a win. So he'll be on that list, just like Jax was, to get this spot in this round. So there you go. That's the second tiebreaker of 8. Third tiebreaker of 8 is another weird one. We've got the Pete Nathaniel tiebreaker. gosh, why can't I get that in the right spot? What a struggle. Okay, we're just going to make this box bigger so I don't have to mess with that. Okay, we've got Pete and Nathaniel. Neither of them had a win this round. Most wins in the event. Pete did have a win in round 1. Most bounties and highest finish. Neither of them had that. Highest seeded lobby went to Pete just barely, but least times killed went to Nathaniel. So here we go. Nathaniel's going to get 1. Pete's going to get 2/3. So we're going to give 4 to Pete, 1 to Nathaniel, 2 to Nathaniel. Nathaniel or Pete, are you in the chat? If not, no big deal. We'll just randomly assign. Okay, so we'll just put him in the RNG here. Oh, there we go. Nathaniel's in. SA, you get 2, though, Nathaniel. What do you want for your other one? Okay, SA in Europe for Nathaniel. You guys see it here. So we'll go Nathaniel. And Nathaniel. Pete. 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 And Pete. Look good to you, Nathaniel? Oh, you don't see. Okay, I'll move it. I'll move it. I'll move it. Looks like that, right? We have it correct for the roll. I guess I could have reset. I just haven't tried that yet. Ah! Reset. So I don't know why I didn't use that before. All right. Does it look right now? Okay, here we go. This is Pete and Nathaniel. We start the spin and we stop. And it is Pete that will move on. He gets the Asia move on. It'll be Pete moving on in that round off of the tiebreakers. Both failed to get the win. Pete gets through on the RNG tiebreaker. Oof. Should have taken... Driz was pushing for Asia really hard. Driz knows what's coming up in this RNG. He's ahead of the game. Okay, back to the next tiebreakers. We're through 3 of 8. Got a lot of spins this time. We only had 1 spin first round. Okay, let me move over to our next set. In the right spot. Yeah, doable. All right, next one is Lena and TBR. That one's an easy one. Lena gets the game 2 win. Has the most wins in the event, the most bounties and the highest finish, highest seeded lobby, and they tie on both latest bounty and least times killed. So Lena gets 4, 0 for TBR, and Lina, gosh, I gotta say that right. Lina goes through. Congratulations, Lina. Tough one for TBR to go out on. Next up, we've got Riedel and Horace Boy. Earliest win for Riedel is game 1. Game 2 for Horace Boy. Most wins in the event goes to Riedel. Most bounties in the highest finish and latest bounty and highest finish all go to Riedel. Highest seeded lobby goes to Riedel. And least times killed goes to Riedel. So he gets all 6 of the tiebreakers. Riedel moves on in that tiebreaker. Next up in the Lina region, the 1v5, we've got Leona and Harlow. Neither of them get a win in this round. Harlow has a win in the event, so he gets that tiebreaker. Most bounties and highest finish. Neither of them had any bounties in their highest finish. Highest seeded lobby went slightly to Harlow, and least times killed was a tie, so it was 2-0 to Harlow. And let me move that up a little bit. There we go. So you can see all of it. Leona feels like she should get the highest seeded lobby. Is it? Let me look. Let me grab my numbers real quick. I'm willing to check. All right, I got some pretty scientific research here, so I think I can do this. Okay, so we're going to go through Leona's lobby, get this figured out. Okay, so Leona had Truth, Grim, Horace Boy, Nathaniel, and Driz. So that was a 3 seed, a 5 seed, a 5 seed, a 4 seed, and a 7 seed, which is 24. So it's a 4.8 average lobby for Leona. Harlow had a 1, 4, 3, 7, and 7, which is a 4.4 lobby. So according to my numbers, Leona, that looks correct, how I have it up on the screen. Open to interpretation. You don't count the player, you're counting their opponents. The opponent's average seed. That's correct. Leona had a bounty. I got a bounty, so okay. We're going to keep looking, guys. I'm willing to check this out. Again, I did all this. Leona was in group 4. No bounty for Leona in her group, right? I'm confirming. Unless it was written down wrong or something. Did Leona get a bounty tonight? I can show you, I guess, what I'm seeing. Is there something wrong in this? She killed Grim. Okay, so it was incorrectly written. Okay, hold on. That's fair. I killed Grim in game 3. Okay, 1 second. Yes, that would change how it works. So it was just recorded wrong. We'll get it adjusted. No, it is not bounties in a winning game. It's bounties in your highest finish. This would be second place finish for Leona, so that would be her highest finish. So that would count as 1 bounty in the highest finish and the third to last bounty. So I need to adjust that on the tiebreakers. Thank you for checking me on this. Again, this was all written very recently with that last group just finishing. So most bounties in highest finish goes to 1, and she had the third to last bounty. So that's 2 tiebreakers to Leona, 2 to Harlow. So it's a 50-50 wheel spin we got here, and we got Leona and Harlow both in the chat here. So you guys want to tell me what... It's a 50-50 chance. You guys want to tell me which continents you would like for your 3 continents? Keep not seeing any. What do you want to see? Oh, you want to see this? This is the 50-50. British Empire. Okay, Leona would like Europe, NA, and Australia. Are you good with that, Harlow? Europe, NA, and Australia. Leona, Leona, Leona. I can already tell this is going to be an epic spin here. Harlow's good with it. Okay, here we go. 50-50 wheel spin. If the spin ends up in NA, Europe, or Australia, Leona wins. If it's Asia, SA, or Africa, the win goes to Harlow the Hawk, and we'll be moving on to the semifinals. We'll start the old RNG. And stop. Australia for the win for Leona. Congratulations. Leona is moving on. No loss, no win for Leona. Poor Harlow goes out on the tiebreaker. There you go. Okay, so let's move on. I think we've got 2 left. Pull that back up. And then we've got... okay, so that's Leona Harlow's done. Next up, we have the epic matchup of Mamba and Opentanyao. This is the... let's show here. Yeah, Mamba region 1 versus 5. Mamba won game 1. Open was able to win game 3. Mamba gets the nod there. They're both at 2 wins in the event. Mamba had 3 bounties in his highest finish. Open only had 2. Latest bounty and highest finish, they tied. Highest seeded lobby went to Open. And then least times killed went to Mamba in this one. So it's 3-1. So we'll do the 3-1. Open, if we got you in here, or Mamba, you guys want to tell me what you're picking? That lobby strength will get you. Look at that, a 3. Open, what would you like for your continent? My destined option is Australia. Okay, so Open's going Australia. Open Tanyao. And I'll just kind of randomly pick. What does Mamba have? He gets 3. We'll go top, bottom. We'll do that. For random 3 Mamba, because I don't believe he's in here. Okay, let me turn that off so you guys can actually see it before you all yell at me again. All right, everyone good. Open has Australia. If it lands in any of the South America or Europe, we'll respin it. Just so everyone knows what's going to happen before, so I don't get yelled at when I do it. So here we go, starting the Wheel of Destiny, and we will stop it there. Mamba gets the win, another North America win. How about that? Mamba gets the win. Tough for Open Tanyao. Open will be on the waiting list as someone going out on a win. Very tough when the RNG works out that way against you. Okay. And then our last tiebreaker. We've got Trunk and Grim Shanky. This is the 1v5 in the Trunk region. Can you see it all? Almost. So you can see Trunk. Neither of them got the win this round. Most wins in event. They both have 1 win in the event. But Trunk was able to get a bounty and the latest bounty in the highest finish. Grim did have the higher seeded lobby, so it gives them a little bit back. And they both were killed twice, so they tied there. So here you go. Trunk has a 2/3 chance. Trunk or Grim, if you're in the chat, do you want to tell me which continents you would like to be yours for the spin. Trunk's going to get 4. Grim's going to get 2. Reset here. Okay, Trunk. What do you... we definitely see Trunk. NA, EU, Asia, and Australia. So Trunk goes with the ones that have already been picked so far tonight. Interesting strategy. Interesting strategy. All right, Trunk. Will it pay off, though? The RNG is set up so that it doesn't really matter what previous results were there. And then we've got Grim. I think it's Shanky. Like that. All right, we've got it set up. Hopefully you guys can see it all. Yep. Are we ready to roll? Here we go for Trunk versus Grim Shanky. The spin in the 1v5 in the Trunk region. Our final tiebreaker of the quarterfinals to earn a spot in the semifinals and a regional final in the Trunk region. We will start the roll and we will stop the roll. It is Europe for the win. Trunk gets Europe for the win. Trunk will be moving on as the 1 seed in the Trunk region. So just to clear up the spins, we had 3 1 seeds win a spin tonight, with Pete, Mamba, and Trunk all getting a wheel spin win. Congrats to them. And that will fill out the rest of our bracket. We'll see you guys next week for the semifinals of the March Madness Invitational. If you haven't signed up yet, sign up for the Big Maps Open. It's coming up. You got 1 week left to sign up. We want to get you in there, and also go sign up for the Risk World Cup. You can go to riskworldcup.com and get signed up for the Risk World Cup. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll look forward to more madness next week. Should be awesome. In the semifinals, now the fun part, Crackle gets to try to put together a schedule for 12 players that have to be playing in opposite groups. So should be a ton of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll maybe raid out of here. Yeah, poor Crack. Everyone should feel bad for Crackle. We'll raid out to Houdini, and we'll see you guys later.